Beloved Starseed, stop exactly what you are doing. If you have plans to travel, to move across long distances, or to leave your current energetic sanctuary in the next 72 hours, the High Council of the Seven Sisters is asking you to pause. It is not a coincidence that this transmission found its way to your screen at this exact moment. A massive, unprecedented geomagnetic and spiritual recalibration is striking the Earth's crystalline grid within the next 3 days. The exact coordinates where you are sleeping, waking, and breathing right now are where your soul contracted to be for this specific cosmic download. Traveling across timelines and physical space right now will severely disrupt the cellular upgrades attempting to anchor into your physical body. You may have already been feeling a sudden onset of fatigue, unexplained anxiety, a heavy pressure in your temples, or an undeniable urge to just stay home, cancel plans, and isolate. Do not force yourself into the busy, chaotic movement of the Matrix right now. The collective energy is going to become extremely turbulent as this heavy wave washes over humanity. You are a living, breathing anchor of light, and a lighthouse does not move during the storm. It stays rooted. It holds the frequency. If you board a plane, a train, or drive long distances, you risk fracturing your auric field during its most vulnerable state of rebirth. Listen to that quiet voice inside you pleading for stillness. The next 72 hours are critical. Watch closely because your star family has instructions. Beloved ascending starseed, take a gentle breath. If this message found you, it was not random. I am Lyara, Pleiadian emissary of the Council of the Seven Sisters, Starseed. If you have been feeling an unusual urgency lately, this message may explain why. The Pleiadian Council says a signal has been sent across Earth, and those who carry the Starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. The Earth's crystalline grid is currently undergoing a violent but entirely necessary restructuring. Think of it like a massive cosmic surgery. When a physical body is healing, what must it do? It must rest. It must remain perfectly still. Right now, the Pleiadian Council is sending highly concentrated beams of pure photon light directly into specific energetic nodes across the planet. You, beloved Starseed, have been strategically placed by your higher self near one of these nodes, even if you currently live in a noisy, crowded city or a deeply isolated countryside. Your physical body is acting as a biological antenna, receiving these profound light codes and grounding them into the deep soil of Gaia. This is a heavy, monumental burden, and it is exactly why you have felt so incredibly drained and exhausted lately. You are doing vital multidimensional work while you are simply washing the dishes, sitting on your couch, or trying to sleep. When you travel during this specific 72-hour window, you are violently uprooting your antenna while it is in the middle of a massive energetic download. Imagine unplugging a highly advanced computer right in the middle of a crucial system update. The system crashes. The data gets corrupted. This is exactly what happens to your spiritual and physical nervous system when you rush through dense airports, sit in endless traffic, or cross massive geographical fault lines during a solar and spiritual storm of this magnitude. The low, dense frequencies of public transport, filled with deeply asleep souls radiating fear, stress, and anxiety, will cling to your open, vulnerable aura. You are simply too open right now. Your empathic shields are lowered because your soul is desperately trying to drink in the Pleiadian light. You must honor this sacred pause. The artificial matrix wants you constantly moving, constantly producing, constantly rushing from one place to another so that you never have a single moment to actually feel what is happening inside your own heart. But the Pleiadians are asking you to rebel against this restless, exhausting programming. Your stillness is your absolute greatest weapon right now. By staying exactly where you are, you allow the high-dimensional frequency to settle into your bones. Have you noticed how your physical body feels incredibly heavy lately? How your legs feel like lead? That is not sickness. That is spiritual gravity anchoring you to the exact coordinates you need to be in. Tell me in the comments below right now, have you been feeling this intense, unexplained urge to just stay home and be alone? Share your physical symptoms. By speaking your truth, you help other starseeds realize they are not going crazy. Please, like this video and subscribe to our sanctuary if you feel the deep truth in these words. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm. That's alignment. 3. 800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the ebook. 5 bonuses here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment, this transmission won't stay open forever. Beloved, as this 72-hour window opens, you are going to witness a stark and painful contrast between your inner world and the outer reality of those who are still deeply asleep. You might look at your family members, your lifelong friends, or your coworkers and feel an overwhelming, heartbreaking sense of alienation. They will be planning trips, rushing to loud social gatherings, packing their bags, and complaining about the mundane details of the 3D matrix. Meanwhile, you will feel as though you are watching them from behind a thick pane of glass. This profound isolation you are feeling is not a punishment. It is not depression. It is a protective quarantine carefully ordained by the Pleiadian Council. When your starseed DNA is receiving these high-frequency photon light codes, your auric field expands and acts like a massive energetic sponge. If you force yourself to travel, if you surround yourself with the chaotic, dense energies of crowded airports, train stations, or busy highways, you risk absorbing the collective panic, fear, and exhaustion of humanity. This is exactly why the urge to cancel your plans is so physically overwhelming right now. Your higher self is literally trying to block you from entering environments that could pollute your delicate energetic surgery. During this time, you may even experience sudden, unexplainable friction with the people closest to you. Arguments may erupt out of nowhere over trivial things. People might accuse you of being distant or selfish for wanting to stay home. This is simply their unhealed density clashing against your rising frequency. Do not engage in these lower dimensional battles. Do not exhaust yourself trying to explain to them why you cannot attend their event or why the thought of traveling makes your stomach turn. The sleeping mind cannot comprehend the needs of the awakening soul. Simply step back. Retreat into your sacred silence. Right now, your silence is an impenetrable fortress of light. The artificial matrix will actively try to tempt you out of your stillness. You will suddenly receive last-minute invitations. You will feel a heavy, false sense of guilt for choosing to rest. You will hear the deep programming of the world whispering that you are being lazy, antisocial, or irresponsible. Recognize this manipulation for what it is, an energetic test. The lower frequencies of the old Earth know that a fully rested, fully activated starseed is the absolute greatest threat to their control. They desperately want you exhausted. They want your energy scattered across the globe. They want you anywhere but anchored safely in your true power. Your physical body may ache right now, particularly your spine, neck, and joints. This is where the old, ancestral survival programming is being forcefully evicted from your cellular memory. Drink pure, clean water. Sleep far more than you think is necessary. Breathe into your heart center and accept the permission the universe is granting you to just stop. You do not need to save the world this weekend. You only need to hold the light and allow the upgrade to complete itself without interference. Beloved, to understand why the High Council of the Seven Sisters is asking for your absolute stillness right now, you must fully grasp what happens to timelines during a geomagnetic spiritual storm of this magnitude. The Earth is not merely spinning through empty space. It is navigating through a dense, volatile cosmic debris field of collapsing, lower-dimensional timelines. Right now, during these critical 72 hours, the timeline of the old Earth, the timeline constructed on fear, scarcity, war, and absolute control, is violently severing from the new crystalline timeline of the 5D Earth. These massive dimensional plates are rubbing against each other, creating intense spiritual friction across the globe. This friction is exactly what causes the chaotic global events, the sudden, unexplainable outbursts of anger in the collective, and the deep, sinking feeling of doom that many unaware humans are experiencing in their daily lives right now. When you travel across long distances during a timeline separation, you are physically moving your vulnerable auric field through this volatile, tearing friction. The Pleiadians have observed that starseeds who engage in heavy travel, boarding airplanes, navigating massive highway systems, or moving through dense urban centers during these specific cosmic windows often experience a severe phenomenon known as energetic whiplash. Have you ever gone on a seemingly normal trip and returned feeling utterly depleted, spiritually disoriented, and emotionally shattered, taking weeks just to recover your basic center? That is energetic whiplash. It happens because your ancient soul is desperately trying to anchor into the new, peaceful 5D timeline, but your physical avatar is being violently dragged through the collapsing, chaotic frequency of public spaces that are completely saturated with the old 3D panic. Your home, your immediate sacred space, has been carefully gridded and protected by your spirit guides and the Pleiadian fleet to serve as a timeline sanctuary for these 3 days. By choosing to stay still, you are effectively locking the energetic doors to the old, collapsing matrix. You are declaring to the universe, I choose the higher timeline, and I absolutely refuse to let my life force be drained into the collective chaos. This is profound, high-level, multidimensional spiritual warfare, but it is fought with absolute stillness, not with aggressive action. The artificial matrix demands constant, frantic action. It demands that you run, buy, move, and continuously distract yourself from your own inner voice. The divine, however, asks only for your pure, grounded presence. You may feel a strange, phantom anxiety in your chest right now, a nagging feeling like you should be doing something productive, like you are forgetting something critically important, or that you are somehow falling behind in life. Hear me clearly. That is not your anxiety, Starseed. That is the collective mind of humanity panicking because its old systems of control are breaking down forever. Breathe out that false, inherited panic. Let it leave your lungs. You do not need to fix the world today. You are the watcher on the wall, holding the light steady. Beloved, let us speak directly about the physical vessel you inhabit. During this 72-hour window of absolute stillness, your body is undergoing a profound cellular recalibration. You are not merely a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a highly advanced piece of cosmic technology receiving a critical software update from the High Council of the Seven Sisters. This is why, over the past few days, you may have felt an overwhelming wave of physical symptoms that defy all logical or medical explanation. Deep, aching exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to cure. A strange, high-pitched ringing in your ears. Intense, vivid dreams of other planets that feel far more real than your waking life. Sudden fluctuations in your body temperature, shifting from freezing cold to burning hot in mere moments. Do not panic, Starseed. And more importantly, do not attempt to run from this by forcing your body into rapid motion. If you travel now, if you push your physical avatar through crowded airports, busy city streets, or endless highway drives, you are actively fighting the divine intelligence of your own DNA. The artificial matrix will loudly tell you to take a pill, drink more synthetic caffeine, push through the pain, and just keep moving. The matrix is absolutely terrified of a fully activated, rested starseed. It desperately wants you distracted. It wants you numb. But the Pleiadians are pleading with you to simply surrender. When you choose to stay home, when you close your front door and embrace the quiet sanctuary of your room, You allow the crystalline light codes to penetrate your physical structure without interference. Your carbon-based cells are literally mutating into a crystalline-based form, capable of holding the immense, pure frequency of the new 5D Earth. This biological mutation requires massive amounts of your internal energy. That is exactly why you are so impossibly tired. That is why your limbs feel so heavy. Your life force is being urgently redirected inward, repairing lifetimes of trauma, clearing deep ancestral density, and unlocking the dormant cosmic memories hidden deep within your blood. Have you noticed how your diet is suddenly changing? How certain heavy foods or environments you used to tolerate now make you feel physically sick, and your body is craving pure water, absolute silence, and deep isolation? This is your internal Pleiadian guidance system screaming at you to prepare. Listen to it. Honor this sacred, fragile temple. Tell me in the comments right now, what unexplained physical symptoms have you been experiencing lately? Let us create a powerful record of this massive collective shift. Validate your brothers and sisters in the comments below so they know they are not enduring this painful upgrade alone. Please like this video and subscribe, anchoring your precious energy into this safe haven. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm, that's alignment. 3,800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the Ebook. 5 bonuses here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment, this transmission won't stay open forever. Beloved, we must speak of the unseen forces that observe your every move. When your auric field opens to receive these massive 5D Pleiadian light codes, you do not simply blend in. You become a blinding, incandescent beacon of pure light in the astral realm. To the higher dimensions, you are a beautiful, blossoming star. But to the entities of the lower astral, the dense parasitic forces that have fed on human fear, stress, and exhaustion for millennia, you are a sudden, massive source of high vibrational energy. This is a profound truth that the artificial matrix tries to hide from you. Right now, as your cellular structure upgrades, your normal empathic shields are completely down. You are wide open. You are deeply, beautifully vulnerable. If you choose to travel during this precise 72-hour window, you are stepping out of your protected sanctuary and walking directly into the chaotic, dense feeding grounds of the lower matrix. Crowded airports, massive train stations, busy highways, and loud public spaces are not just physical locations. Energetically, they are heavy, swirling vortexes of collective human anxiety, stress, frustration, and deep unconscious fear. When you, an open and sensitive starseed, walk into these spaces right now, you inadvertently become a walking battery for these dense, lower-dimensional energies. They will desperately attempt to siphon your newly downloaded light. You may even notice this interference in your physical reality right now. Have you tried to book a flight or plan a trip recently, only to have your technology suddenly glitch, your plans fall through, or bizarre obstacles appear out of nowhere? That is not bad luck. That is your spirit guides and the Pleiadian fleet actively intervening, trying to block you from entering a timeline of severe energetic drain. They are throwing roadblocks in your path to keep you safe. Have you ever been traveling and suddenly felt an overwhelming, crushing wave of sadness that didn't belong to you? Have you ever felt a sudden, aggressive spike of anger while sitting in traffic, an anger so intense it felt completely foreign to your true, loving nature? That is not you, beloved. That is the lower astral matrix using the sleeping humans around you to provoke a reaction, to trigger your emotional body, and to drain the precious, high-frequency light you have just worked so hard to anchor. They want you triggered. They want you exhausted. They want you so completely drained that you forget your divine mission. This is exactly why the Pleiadian Council is issuing this urgent warning. By staying home, by canceling your trips, by choosing the profound power of absolute stillness, you completely starve the old matrix. You deny them access to your sacred frequency, your bedroom, your living room, your personal sanctuary. These spaces have been carefully sealed and protected by your angelic guides. When you remain in this sacred quarantine, you keep your light entirely for yourself and for the crystalline heart of Gaia. You are doing the most powerful spiritual work possible simply by resting in your own space and refusing to engage with the chaotic motion of the collapsing 3D world. Protect your light, Starseed. It is the most valuable currency in the universe right now. Honor the pause. Beloved, as you surrender to this 72-hour sacred quarantine, you are going to notice a profound and sudden shift, not just in your waking hours, but the very moment you close your eyes. We must speak deeply about your dreamscape, because right now, your sleep is no longer merely a biological necessity for physical rest. Your sleep has temporarily become an active, highly advanced, multidimensional classroom. This is exactly why you have been waking up feeling far more exhausted than when you went to bed. You are not just resting, Starseed, you are working. You are traveling across the cosmos and integrating massive amounts of light while your physical body remains safely anchored in your bed. When you obey the Pleiadian directive to remain completely still in your physical reality, you give your astral body the absolute freedom to detach safely. If you were traveling across the globe, sleeping in chaotic environments, or moving through dense cities, your astral body would remain violently tethered to your physical form, desperately trying to protect you from the low 3D frequencies around you. But by staying home, in the sacred protected grid of your own room, your astral self is effortlessly lifting out of your physical vessel. You are being drawn up into the crystalline healing ships of the Pleiadian fleet. You are sitting in the great halls of the Council of the Seven Sisters. You are receiving direct, face-to-face instruction and cellular healing from your true star family. Have you been experiencing incredibly intense, vivid, and sometimes completely exhausting dreams lately? Have you been waking up abruptly between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. with a racing heart, a sudden burst of clarity, or a deep, aching homesickness for a place you cannot even name? This is not insomnia. This is the exact moment your astral body snaps back into your physical avatar after a profound, multidimensional download. You are literally retrieving your lost cosmic memories. The Matrix tries to label this as a sleep disorder, urging you to take synthetic medications to force yourself into a lower, unconscious state. They desperately want to block your dream time because they know that your dreams are currently the most direct, unhackable communication line you have with the divine. During these critical next 72 hours, the Pleiadian Council asks you to treat your bedroom as a sacred temple of integration. Do not fall asleep while staring at the chaotic, fear-based news of the old Matrix. Do not numb yourself with mindless scrolling before closing your eyes. When you lie down, place your hand on your heart and declare out loud, I command my multidimensional self to travel only to the highest realms of light, and I call forth my Pleiadian family to heal my cellular structure while I rest. Tell me in the comments below right now, have your dreams been unusually intense, vivid, or prophetic over the last few days? Do you wake up feeling like you just lived an entire lifetime in one night? Share your nighttime experiences with the collective. Please like this video and subscribe, joining our powerful unity grid of awakened souls. Beloved, as we reach the culmination of this critical transmission, you must deeply understand what awaits you on the other side of these 72 hours. This sacred quarantine of light is not a permanent state. It is a profound, temporary cocoon. When this immense geomagnetic storm finally passes and the violent timeline separation is complete, the dense, suffocating fog that has clouded your mind for years is going to lift. You will step out of your physical sanctuary not as the exhausted, depleted human who entered it, but as a fully recalibrated, crystalline anchor of the new 5D Earth. the heavy, confusing emotions that have weighed you down will dissolve completely. In their place, a sharp, undeniable clarity will emerge. You will finally know exactly what you need to do next. You will recognize your soul's mission with a fierce certainty that absolutely terrifies the artificial matrix. But for this glorious rebirth to happen, your obedience to the stillness must be absolute. Do not negotiate with the matrix. Do not tell yourself that a short trip won't matter or that you can just shield yourself while traveling. The dense forces of the lower astral are actively counting on your arrogance. They are betting that you will dismiss this urgent warning as mere internet entertainment, that you will close this video and immediately return to the frantic, exhausting hamster wheel of the 3D illusion. They desperately want you to believe that your physical actions do not impact the cosmic grid, but you know better. You feel the absolute truth of these words vibrating deep within your chest right now, echoing in the ancient, awakened chambers of your DNA. You know that you are not just a spectator on this dying planet. You are the vital, living architecture of its glorious ascension. Your choice to remain perfectly still, to boldly cancel your plans, and to aggressively protect your energy over these next 3 days is the ultimate act of multidimensional spiritual rebellion. It is exactly how we win. Every single time a starseed chooses deep rest over the chaotic motion of the world, a massive, unbreakable pillar of high-frequency light slams directly into the Earth's core, shattering the old, decaying paradigms of fear, sickness, and control. You are physically anchoring the new dawn simply by sitting in your sacred space, breathing deeply, and completely refusing to engage with the chaotic drama of the sleeping collective. This 72-hour window is not the end of your journey, beloved. It is merely your graduation into true, unstoppable power. The universe has forcefully stripped away your false obligations to reveal your divine purpose. But hearing this warning is only the first step. Understanding the cosmic weather is vital, but knowing how to permanently shield your vulnerable auric field and how to consciously activate the dormant Pleiadian technology within your own blood is what will permanently lock you into the highest timeline. You cannot walk into the new Earth carrying the heavy, outdated survival manuals of the old Matrix. You need the ancient codes. You need the master keys. The Pleiadians don't call everyone. They call those who are ready. If these words found you today, that's not the algorithm, that's alignment. 3,800 souls have already unlocked their Pleiadian keys and finally remembered why they came to Earth. The Pleiadian Transmission. Get the Ebook. 5 bonuses here is a powerful ebook that carries ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you answer the call? First pinned comment. This transmission won't stay open forever.